Welcome to Starfield Wiki, home for everything Starfield. Wonderful news for Starfield fans. There was a long silence from Bethesda, but now we finally have the first official look at the major updates coming to Starfield. We have the Free Lanes update and the Terran Armada Story DLC coming this April 7th. We have more quests for the Trackers Alliance bounty hunting series available right now. We also have confirmation that the PS5 release rumors were in fact real. This should bring in a lot of new players into our community. Let's look at all of them in more detail and look at what the changes are and what will be added with the Story DLC. The Trackers Alliance update adds 5 new bounty targets, all of them having their own unique stories. Simply log in, and the quests will be available to you if you already own the Trackers Alliance add-on. The complete series will be available in the Creations menu. We will be going through those quests, so do look forward to those right here on our channel. Now, the Terran Armada Story DLC adds a brand new enemy faction. The lore behind them is that they left the settled systems during the Colony Wars. The major in-game factions, Freestar Collective and United Colonies, were both seen as enemies or unworthy by the Terran Armada. They consider themselves the true children of the Earth. This can be seen in the trailer when their weaponry is more current Earth-like and grounded, and not futuristic like the weaponries of the current in-game factions. Your mission is to fight them and figure out their motivation to stop their brutality. We also see in the trailer Terran bots, mechanized troops used by the Terran Armada. This makes perfect sense for the true children of the Earth, as the future of our warfare, a non-nuclear one, including space warfare, will most definitely be drones and mechanized robots, like the bots in Fallout. Why risk losing the lives of humans, brilliant scientists and astronauts in space combat, like how most of settled systems do it, when your robotics technology is just as advanced? There should be way more robots in unexplored planets than humans, and Terran Armada seems to follow that rule. We also get a look at a new Terran bot companion named Delta. Good thing about robot companions is that they are usually like Cicero from Skyrim. They do not judge your wrongdoings like most other companions would, and we're hoping Delta is the same. The next thing we notice is that their spaceship technology is very advanced, expected of a faction rivaling United Colonies and Freestar Collective. The theme, the interior design and the atmosphere appears even more darker than the Crimson Fleet. The advanced technology of Terran Armada is also apparent given their use of grav jump disablers called incursions. It appears you have to use the cruise mode to travel to them and disable them. There is so much we don't know, and we will explore all this together when it releases on April 7th. The next major topic, the Free Lanes update, seems to add many new features into the game. It is very reassuring to see Bethesda taking player feedback into account for these updates. A good sign for future updates and game releases. The biggest feature in this update is the interplanetary explorations with the cruise mode that lets you travel between planets at incredible physics-defying speeds. This was a response to the many loading screens you would have to normally go through within a stellar system. This was also added as a feature given a lot of space sci-fi games already use this very good mechanic. We are also given a glimpse of an enemy encounter called an interdiction as you're exploring your ship in cruise mode. Not too different from the base game space encounters, but this adds a new layer of challenge in your space explorations. Now, a major resource item that is added into the game is X-Tech. It looks like a starborn artifact that appears to be a rare resource, but we don't know how rare it is yet. If it can be farmed from boss chests or purchased from vendors, or if they only appear in specific areas or as quest rewards. This resource seems to have a lot of uses, from enhancing your ships to upgrading your weapons. It lets you roll for a new weapon effect. This increases the value of weapons you find as they are no longer bound to the set effects you found them with. Furthermore, they have now added 2 new tiers of weapons, Superior and Exceptional. We had superior armor sets in the game, but our weapons peaked at Advanced. We can finally use the X-Tech and what looks like a lot of credits to upgrade the weapon quality level. If you have been hoarding advanced weaponries like many of us have, now we can upgrade them to max and reroll the effects to have a collection of the perfect weapons to help us in max difficulties. Another thing we don't know is if the superior and exceptional quality weapons can be found as loot, and if they can be farmed from high-level enemies, or if they can only be upgraded through X-Tech resource as shown in the demo. We also have new weapon effects such as Bloodthirsty, that has vampiric absorb health effects like in the Elder Scrolls games. Reckless for long-distance sniper builds, combined with effects such as Instigating, you could probably kill most enemies in one shot. Barbaric for the melee players, a great effect for your Varun Painblade to destroy most enemies in close combat easily. Saboteur, with instant kill chance when fighting against robots. This will be very useful when fighting against the Terran Armada bots. Methodical for clearing off a horde of lesser enemies by slaying their boss first. Kismet, a good chance-based effect that would be most useful for your powerful weapons that have low magazine size, where tripling the magazine size would certainly mean you could take down a giant horde of enemies with relative ease. We then have a look at new skins for your weapons, Constellation skin, Neon skin, etc. We do hope for a lot more new skins in the future updates. We then have new ship modules to enhance your ship's abilities. Given Terran Armada's advanced ship technologies, you may need some upgrades before you face them. Some examples include Evasive Stealth Drive, where upon boosting your ship becomes stealthy, a great way to close distances between enemies. The Ship Optimization Terminal also allows you to optimize various systems of your ships to give you an advantage in combat. It does appear to use lots of X-Techs for the upgrades, so perhaps farming X-Tech won't be as difficult as we initially thought. For the base builders, we do have fully furnished yet customizable all-in-one modules, great for new players who are just looking into base building, or for those who have many outposts and just want a new simple place to relax. A huge request, which normally would require mods to fulfill, was also added into Outpost building. The shared Outpost container allows you to share the same inventory across outposts. This was an essential feature in Fallout base building, and it's good to see it implemented here. It appears Bethesda have added many more requested features from their other games. We have Colony War action hero collectible figures. Just like the Fallout Vault Boy figures, they give you certain perks and buffs and can be displayed in your outpost, just like in Fallout Settlements. We then have a new cute alien pet to keep you company in your outposts. New quality of life upgrades also include Resources Database, which lets you know where to farm specific resources that you may need. Another great major add-on. Previously, if you wanted to complete the game to enter New Game Plus and reach an alternate universe, your perks and character stats would carry over, given you're the same entity. Your items would, however, not transfer over to New Game Plus when you enter the Unity. Given a lot of video games allows your items to carry over to New Game Plus by default, Bethesda needed a lore-friendly and immersive way to allow this to happen. So now we have something called a Quantum Entanglement Device. You simply place a limited number of your favorite items in the device, and you'll be able to access that device to retrieve them in New Game Plus. You can use quantum essence that you get by defeating other starborn enemies to upgrade the device capacity. The capacity is still low given the thousands of items we may hoard, so I can already see mods that will increase its capacity to thousands or infinite. From the looks of it, there is a lot more to explore that the trailers alone could not showcase. A new star station named Anchor Point, new vehicle that has a lot of boost capabilities. If you have seen our Flying Vehicle Creations mods videos, this is akin to them. New companions also include a new Model G robot and a voiced companion named Muria. The hand scanner feature has also more uses now. You can see enemy abilities that will add a lot more new challenges into your gameplay. Many more updates ranging from photo mode vehicle poses to new player home mansion carved within an asteroid. More points of interest, landmarks and new explorable areas. A great, major and much anticipated update. We will be going through them in our future videos. Do look forward to them. Like and subscribe to Starfield Wiki, home for everything Starfield.